They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 13 yards on the game's opening play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check 50.
Now back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Time will tell if that's an interception that rattles the rookie here. First drive on the road.
And you know the discussion going into the game centered on, okay, let's get out nice and easy, take care of the football, we're on the road. You're a youngster, let's not make mistakes early. But now the conversation will shift to, okay, put it behind you, move on. Long way to go in this one.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. They'll roll him out right. Now he'll let it. It got his man. Complete. It's a gain of 35. A one-handed catch, that's one thing, but with the defender right there, that was a heck of a play.
It used to be that one-handed catch was instinctive in a game. Now it's a practiced move. They work on it before, after, during practice sessions. It becomes part of their repertoire, and it pays off.
Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Wentz now to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And this is caught at the 8. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one goes for 30 yards.
Here we go. Back man. Waiting.
Let's go, D. Slam, slam, slam.
They'll run with Sanders. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Now, this is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he will find his man on the outside. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 46-yard line.
Check. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Sponge. No.
Geis with a carry on second down. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
First down, Washington.
Tighten up. Hey, switch gears. You go tight.
On first down, this is Geis. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Forced out to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll come up after the sack on a second and 12. Here we go on second and 12. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jannard Avery in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a third and long. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. They'll set up to throw. And the pressure gets to him again.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
At the 22-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Wentz. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Give them 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Now the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on third. Working from the gun, Wentz. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run with Geis. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. First down.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack. Looking to throw. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
A gain of 14, but it's now 3rd down.
Here we go. 50 set. 50 Pittsburgh. 50 stars. Pick it up. Pick it up.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to the ground game now with Geis. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Check. Check. Hot. Check.
Now a handoff, Giants going right. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Hard throw, incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Oh, boy, partner, did that just happen? I've got my hand over my eyes right now because, like him, it's going to haunt my dreams, too. He was wide open. How did he overthrow him there?
Defensively, just very lucky. You know that they got away with one there. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20. Hey, Echo.
Now wins. And he comes back with one complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. Wentz now on first down. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position.
field, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's caught right at the 10-yard line. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And the kick by Elliott is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat able to record his 5th sack of the season. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Now Wentz. Looking left side, and it's complete. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Wentz. That's complete to Arcega-Whiteside. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here we go, here we go. 180! Tight down, there you go.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Landon Collins. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
First down, Redskins.
Set, ready. 60 outlaw.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We take a win.
On the ground, it's Geis. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Fletcher Cox picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll set up a throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 37.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They're going to look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Second and 6. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First down, Washington.
This quarterback now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Here's Geis down to the 25. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw here. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Geis, they'll try to run it. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 2nd and goal. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Redskins with the football, but trailing here as we get down to the good stuff. Quarter number 4. Second and 11. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And his kick here is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Throwing is Wentz. Going left side, it's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. On 1st and 10 is Sanders. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Give the tackle there to Keon Crossen. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
2nd and 5 now. Wentz trying to lay one up deep. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz got him in. He finds Sanders. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 26.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Wentz now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Set. 120. Hey,
Now Wentz again. And he'll find Hall. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That's a gain of 4 here in the fourth quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. The Eagles on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion. On first down, Sanders. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 16-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Wentz going to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just pound it in there.
Got to hold him to 3 to keep this a one-score game. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they look for that final touchdown to salt this one away. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. And Elliott puts this one through. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Wentz to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's second down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
They'll run. It's Sanders. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
Here we go. Waiting.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
To throw is Wentz. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little a little extra on top.
The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game. So we had action to the very end of this one, the score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for Philadelphia, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, they will fall to a similar mark at 1-2. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.